Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Mountaineers Stadium for tonight's matchup between the Dallas Mountaineers and the Berwick Bulldogs. Excited tonight. I want to thank our friends at NFHS for helping us out tonight and letting us get you this game here in northeastern Pennsylvania. So the Berwick Bulldogs will kick off tonight. Thank our friends, Dr. Walter Delgadio, 1988 grad, T.C. Riley, Snowden Funeral Home, and Mark Farrell for sponsoring tonight's game. Of course, thank our friends at McCarthy Tire Service. We are driven by McCarthy Tire as we get ready to get underway. Excited about a possible coin flipper game tonight here in the back mountain. And this kick will go all the way down to the 4-yard line. And coming up on that right-hand side is Pacheski, that looks like up to around the 17-yard line, where he is taken down, and the Berwick Bulldogs will play defense first, and that's what they're pretty darn good at. So we'll get to see what Berwick is all about today. We've seen Dallas this year against Wyoming Valley West. So here comes Dallas now with this offense. Parker Balesta is back there in the backfield along with Jackson Wydra. He's going to throw it across the middle. Almost one hand picked off there by Berwick. So Tristan English defensively there almost grabbed that and pulled it down. 5'11", 185 pounds. He is a junior. So Dallas will redraw it up right now and come back here on the offensive end. So I backfield here with Dallas. They're going to throw a deep slant. Oh, just off Rocco Armando's hands. That one floated just a bit. So 0 for 2 right now, Dallas through the air. Rowan Slabinski over there defending, 6'3", 200 pounds. He's a junior. So Dallas ends up going on the ground and doesn't get anywhere. So that Berwick defense does the job, and Dallas will be forced to punt. So this thing will be boomed away here, and Berwick has two guys back, including Dre Wilk. This one will be fumbled right in the center of the field there and put down on the other side of it. So that is number 20, Braden Boone. He's 5'10", 145 pounds. He's a senior. So the ball will be at the 49. It'll be 1st and 10, 51 yards to go here for the Berwick Bulldogs. Bring in their quarterback here, Matt Lonzinski. Gives it over on the right-hand side, and going forward is number 17, Ben Knorr. Knorr's 5'11", 190 pounds. He is a senior. So they get about 4 yards on this, 2nd down and 6. So the Berwick Bulldogs looking to see if they could put it to the Dallas Mountaineers here on the road on homecoming on senior night for Dallas. They bring a guy in motion. Long count. They give it on that left-hand side. Linebackers put their heads down. Kuba, a carry once again by number 17, Ben Knorr. So he'll get maybe a yard. It'll bring up 3rd down and almost 4. Delgadio also in on the stop there. Delgadio, the senior leader here of this defense, had a gruesome injury last year, fought all the way back to get on the football field again. His brother is at Pitt. 2 receivers over to the left-hand side. Eye backfield here for Berwick. The backers are coming. They pick it up. They're going to throw a deep ball, but intercepted down there. It is Pacheski. He gets rid of a would-be, comes up across the 30-yard line, and the Mountaineers strike on the defensive end. So a great job back there by number 3, Zach Pacheski, the 5'9" sophomore. He showed a lot of ability earlier this year. So here comes Berwick trying to see if they could stop Dallas again defensively. Oh, what a hit right off the get-go there on that carry. Great defense up front. So coming up right off that pile is number 64 here for Berwick. And now we get a conversation here with the officials. So they'll send one off. Chris Perez looked to be the guy up front making that hit. Ormondo out to the right-hand side. Little heavy look coming here out of Dallas. Berwick with 5 guys at the front. Weiger's going to throw single coverage, a little flag route. He's got Ormondo at the 40, the 30. He could take this thing to the house. How about it? Strike it up, 67 yards. Wydra, Ormondo, one-man route, and he does the post corner, and he takes that thing to the house music and lights up the scoreboard here at Mountaineer Stadium. Here comes the extra point for DALLAS Dallas. And the extra point is up, and it makes it through. So Chopiak puts it through. It is 7-0 with 9 minutes on the clock. We'll take an audio timeout and be back here on the John Mendola Show Network. We're back here at Dallas as Rocco Ormondo struck it up with Jackson Wydra. Here comes Berwick in the ensuing kickoff up across the 25. The fumble at the 27. The ball's loose. The official runs in. What do we got? Berwick football. So that was brought back by number 33, James Deandra. We thank our friends at Snowden Funeral Home for helping us out. T.C. Riley's. They're located on 405 Carverton Road in the Back Mountain. Delicious food, family friendly. Check them out on Facebook. Give them a call, 570-696-2500. T.C. Riley's, Carverton Road in the Back Mountain. So here comes Berwick on the offensive end. Trailing by 7 here early at Dallas. Knorr, right-hand side. Knorr finds a lane, gets about 5 yards. He'll get up maybe around the 34-yard line. And it'll be second down here for the Bulldogs. They'll mark it at the 33. .8:31 here in quarter one. Man, a lot of seniors here tonight, honored from Dallas with the band, the cheerleaders, the football team. It's a special night, and it's homecoming tonight. We're thrilled to give you this game tonight here and thank our friends at NFHS in the flat. Knorr is strong, but 3-4 Dallas Mountaineers right there as he gets right around the 35-yard line. Coming up at the bottom of that pile, Zach. That is Parker Balesta. Zach Pacheski with that interception earlier was playing on the far side. Rocco Armando now back on the other side. It'll be third down here at about 3 as Berwick comes back out here offensively. Bring the tight end over to the opposite side. 4-man front. They give it on the left-hand side. Knorr and Farrell and crew are there to pull back and say, you ain't going anywhere. Nice job by the Dallas defense. Kuba over there, Delgadio, so they all kind of made a stop, but Farrell led the charge there. And it'll bring up fourth down here for Berwick. So Pacheski is going to run back and see what he could do with this thing as Berwick gets ready to kick it away. So this thing is punted very nicely down to the 31-yard line. Pacheski makes one guy miss, two guys miss, headed over to the sideline. He's got wiggle room. Pacheski across midfield. And a great return there by the sophomore. So the Dallas offense will come back out here at 6:32 in the first. So here comes Dallas, two receivers over to the left. I backfield. Wydra gives it to Parker Balesta. He is drugged down from behind. Great defense up front here from Berwick. So coming up on the bottom of that pile, Harrison Snyder. He's 6'2", 190 pounds. I want to thank our friend Mark Farrell from American Capital Finance for supporting us. Mark handles all type of mortgages from home purchases, refinances, bill consolidations. Give him a call, 570-675-2140. NMLS number 142133. Here is Wydra, little screeny, right side. Balesta, wiggle room, down to the 40. He's not going to make the first down, but it's a pretty good play here for the Dallas Mountaineers. Third down at about 2 here. 5:49 on the clock. The Mountaineers of Dallas trying to move this ball to get their second score. They lead by 7. I backfield. Long count. And they run it on that right-hand side. Met right near the sticks. I think he's going to be a hair short, was Rocco Armando. Got a decent spot from the near official, but it's going to bring up 4th down here for Dallas. And I don't think Rich Manella will hesitate here. He will just send them in. Dylan Jeske, running back, comes in here for Dallas. Peters and Pacheski over to the far left. Balesta's the guy he wants to get this 1st down. He's got Wider, long count. Long count it is, but Balesta runs forward. He's got the 1st down. He's loose. He's in the secondary. Could he take this thing to the house? 38 yards. Parker Balesta on a 4th and 1. Busted through and bust down that Berwick defense. Was not going to be denied as the Mountaineers score the 2nd touchdown of the night. And the extra point is up. And it's good. 14-0, 4:58 on the clock. We'll take an audio timeout. We'll be right back. Ensuing kickoff here for Dallas, as Berwick will try to get some offensive opportunities here. They trail by 14 here early in this ball game. It is taken right around the 5-yard line. Here comes Berwick across the 10 to the 15, and that is where the Mountaineers will play a little bit more defense tonight. So the ball will be spotted at the 16-yard line. So they're going to throw it out in the flat and nothing doing. They tried a little slant route over there, and Dallas was all over that. They tried to get it in the hands of Dre Wilk. Nothing doing there. So here comes Berwick now on 2nd down and 10. The ball goes to Knorr. Knorr's looking for a little wiggle room, and he gets biffled over there. Good job by the Dallas defense. Close it in on that. That credit goes to Farrell again, playing some good defensive end. 3rd down and about 5.5. So 3rd down and 5 here for Berwick. The heat is on, and a sacking and a packing. It's a home guitar course. Jake Delgadio. What a play by Delgadio. A huge loss on the play there as the linebacker shot through, and they could not block number 4, Jake Delgadio. So Knorr will kick it away, and Pacheski will be back there all by his lonesome. They're bringing the heat. 10 guys at the line of scrimmage here for Dallas. This kick is a knuckleball, and it takes a bounce for Berwick. Pacheski will grab it, and he's met immediately. Super fantastic tackle there by number 3 for Berwick, who met him head on. That was Ethan Lear. So Dallas will try to get the ball moving here for their third possibility. Here comes Dallas now on this first down and 10 from their own 46-yard line. They lead by 14. Wider, little play action. He's throwing a deep ball. He's got a wide open Pacheski. Oh! Defense came over quickly and got in his grill. Bo Sheptok over there, number 2, 5'10", 165 pounds. He's a freshman, and much like his brothers, got the wheels. God knows how to play the game. Covered his dad at Mount Carmel back in the day when those dudes were the real deal. Still are. I want to thank our friends at McCarthy Tire Service and Manuka Subaru. It's all we do. Here on the NFHS network and, of course, the John Mendola Show network. Wider gives it to his running back. That's Balesta, and he gets maybe a yard or so. Good job by the backers there for Berwick, including Andrew Blockus, 6'1", 215 pounds. So it'll bring up third down and 9. We see the passing game is a little bit open here for Dallas. And the running game, it's tough to run on Berwick. You can see that. They are stout up front. Hard weight room guys. Farrell, the tight end on the right. Peters over to the right. Armando Pacheski to the left. Slip screener, and Wider gets a one-hander, tried to get it to Armando, threw it behind him. That'll bring up fourth down, a punting situation here for Dallas. Want to thank our friend Dr. Walter Delgado, a 1988 graduate of Dallas High School. Got a son, Luke, at Pitt. He's got a couple other kids. He's got Jake playing tonight. His daughter plays soccer, so he's got all kind of a sports-oriented family, that's for sure. And we appreciate his support here tonight. Senior night homecoming. This knuckleball will go down right around the 23-yard line, and Berwick brings it up across. That is Dre Wilk. Nice job by Wilk getting it up to about the 32, and that's where Berwick will start things out. We appreciate you joining us, of course, on our YouTube channel, on the Boxcast app, on Roku, on Fire Stick, on NFHS, on Facebook Live, on Twitter. So here comes Berwick now. A couple of receivers over to the left-hand side. Tight end and an H-back there over on the right-hand side. So they'll go gun and see if Knorr could get some yardage. He's got a lane, and Knorr goes forward. Nice job by him. So coming up with the tackle over there was Pacheski, but not before Knorr grabbed a real nice chunk there. They'll get it to the 41-yard line. It'll be second down and short. So Lonzinski is the quarterback. Second and short. Knorr goes forward. He gets the first down. So Karkutsky gets in there on the tackle. Karkutsky is just a junior, 5'11", 160 pounds. I want to thank our local State Farm insurance agents, including Melissa Walter, located right here in the back mountain. You got Matt Daly in Kingston, Garth Estat in Dixon City, Michael Griffin in Dixon City, Fred Forte in Einan. You got Jeremy Baczynski in Drums, and in Pottsville, Frank Sirokach in Tunkhannock, and Jen Rickey in Dunmore. Right-hand side goes Berwick, and they get some positive yardage once again. 4 yards for Bo Sheptock, looking to run the football a little bit here as a freshman. They'll get to the 50-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down and 5 here for Berwick. 43 seconds to go in quarter 1. 2 receivers over to the right-hand side. We got this H-back over to the left. Both guys will shift over to the right-hand side. That is Tazi Taylor, 6'3", 200 pounds. They give it on that right-hand side, get some wiggle room, and then first down here are the Berwick Bulldogs. So Bo Sheptock trying to unleash a little bit here for the Bulldogs and moving the sticks. So that'll be a chain gang mover, first down with 20 seconds on the clock. And Berwick's going to walk over. They're going to talk about it. We're going to take a timeout as we thank our friend Mark Farrell from American Capital for helping us out tonight here. Big supporter of the John Mendola Show Network. Whenever we do anything with the Dallas Mountaineers, you're looking to refinance, check out Mark Farrell, American Capital Finance Incorporated, NMLS number 142133. Mark Farrell, 570-675-2140. First quarter's in the books. It's 14-0 Dallas. We'll be back here in the John Mendola Show Network. Sheptock on the carry, breaking through down to the 30-yard line. So will we see a little bit more Sheptock running the football here and starting to unleash here in his 9th grade year? Bo Sheptock, positive carry there. 2nd down and less than 1. They are at the 30. This might be what Berwick needs to do, run the football. Here comes Berwick. Sheptock trying to get to the outside. Dallas falls down in the backfield. They got their legs caught up there. That was Parker Balesta trying to run over there and do something, but it was a great job there by Sheptock of making a miss. So Berwick sends 2 receivers over to the right-hand side. They'll send over an overabundance of guys and run it over a would-be tackler there. Goes number 17, Knorr. So good job by switching things up. Ben Knorr on the attack right now. We thank our friends at Comets Law. Jonathan Comets and his crew at 46 Public Square. Injury, give Comets Law a call. Jonathan Comets, the one to call. Appreciate all his support here with student athletes in northeastern Pennsylvania. They bring a guy in motion, the Bulldogs. They give it on the left-hand side. Coming in with a great tackle from behind are the Mountaineers. Jake Delgadio, like he was shot out of a missile, brings down Braden Boone. That's a big-time play there. Also, we got our friends at Athletic Republic, 2 locations in Dallas and, of course, in Music, and our Carol and Janelle in the pizza capital of the world. So Berwick thinking about this a little bit here on 3rd down and about 6 here. Light, misty rain is coming down here. Right side, Knorr. He's running. He's got a few yards inside the 18-yard line. Delgadio coming up off that pile. Also, that looks like Christian Pat's in there. So how about, really wasn't much chance of rain today. We got that, strange shower this afternoon that was pretty saturating for, an hour out of nowhere. And then, we're in the clear, and now we got this little misty rain coming down. Will this affect the ball here on senior night, homecoming night? In the back mountain, we got a timeout on the field on 4th down. Berwick takes the timeout. These guys are going to chat. They're going to think. They're going to do what they do here on the John Mendola Show Network. We appreciate you joining us. Thank our friends at NFHS. Of course, you could watch NFHS and subscribe to them, or you could just see it tonight here. And a great opportunity with the John Mendola Show Network and NFHS. We'll take an audio timeout. Be right back. Fourth down. Here's Berwick, left-hand side. Knorr's met. He's met again. And Dallas holds. What a job there by the Dallas interior defense. Kuba comes off that pile, as well number 16, Matt Jesse. Delgadio was there. And Kleintop. So the Mountaineers now sending it the other way, leading by 14. So Berwick ran, but when they had to dig in, the Mountaineers of Dallas did dig in. And now it's going the other way as we thank our friends at T.C. Riley's, located on Carverton Road in the back mountain. Man, I could go for some T.C. Riley's right now. That sounds really, really good. We thank them for their support. They give it straight up the middle, the big fullback trying to go forward. That is Dylan Jeske, the 9th grader. 5'11", 185 pounds. Rich Manello saying, I think we're going to have this kid try to grow up here, and we need a guy in the backfield, and it's Jeske's gets the call. So Wider back in the huddle on 2nd down and about 8 after that short 2-yard gain. So it'll be Armando and Pacheski. They're chatting as they come out of the huddle. They're saying, hey, you run this, I'll run that, or are they going to run the football again? Long count. Wider's going to throw it to his right. Tries to slip it out to Parker Balesta. That one was almost picked off. Taji Taylor looked like he was playing possum over there and went up. 3rd down now here for the Mountaineers of Dallas. We thank our friends at Snowden Funeral Home. Great family. They've been doing it since 1908, serving our community with compassion and dignity. 2 locations, Kingston and Shavertown. Visit them online, snowdenfuneralhome.com. We thank them for their support. Here comes Dallas. Guy in the flat, guy in a deep slant, little high. That's a tough, long slant to throw to Pacheski. And Jackson Wydra he threw it high and wasn't going to happen there. And good defense over there by Berwick. They had Rowan Slabinski covering. Two guys back deep right now for Berwick. That is Dre Wilk back there. And he's also joined by Braden Boone. So this thing is off the side of the foot here of Dallas, but he gets a generous roll right near the 50-yard line, and that is where the Berwick Bulldogs will start out. They'll call it the 49 of Mountaineer territory. So here comes Berwick. They'll go right to the gun. And they give it on the right-hand side. Spinning around, but Peters is over there. And then coming up out of that, Karkutsky again. So they tried to get something working there, Berwick, but Dallas sniffed that out pretty quickly. 2nd down and 8. Berwick sends a guy in motion. That is Boone over towards the Bulldog sideline. Knorr on the carry on the left-hand side. He's got lots of room, and Knorr surges forward for a 1st down. So the chain gang will get up, and they'll start to move a little bit here after that carry. Colby Kleintaub in on the stop there for Dallas. Two receivers over to the left-hand side. And Berwick gives it to Knorr. Knorr, he goes down. Nice tackle down low there for the Mountaineers. Farrell comes up on the bottom of that pile. Want to thank our friend Tracy Zarola with Lewis and Freeman Real Estate, Chart Art by Liv, and College Coaching. 3 of our friends here on the John Mendola Show Network. Chart Art, can't beat those for a party or a get-together. Of course, College Coaching, you like to maximize to see where your son or daughter may end up. And Tracy Zarola, the market is just right for her right now with real estate. Give Tracy Zarola a call, a big supporter here of the Mountaineers of Dallas. So that pass is incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and long here for Berwick. So Dallas, they give. Now Berwick runs the football, and then they get off track a little bit. Carmen DiFrancesco, the veteran coach over there for Berwick. Covered him for many, many years, back when him and his son were involved at Danville. His son is a big deal. As I talk to Carmen every so often. So flag goes against Berwick. So they're going to throw it. And they got a whiffle one. Wow, did he roll that down to the far right end zone? Incomplete. That was a bombs away, Lorraine. That's for sure. So they're going to kick it away. And a little boo-boo there at around the 15-yard line. So here comes Dallas now. First down and 10, leading by 14. Wydra, another out route over there right at the sideline, gets it up to the 35-yard line. It's a first down for Dallas. So the ball will be spotted right at the 35 as Pacheski pulls that thing out. Go straight up the middle here. And the Berwick defense is there after just 3 yards. So Parker Ballesta going forward. So W.B. Mason, that's what my brain's been searching for Carmen DiFrancesco's son, who I said he's a big deal. He's a hire up there and does a nice job. So congratulations to his career. Headed to Villanova, networked well. Look at this guy uncovered here in the slot for Dallas. Nobody's there. Dallas rolls that way. Peters looked open for a second. Sheptok, the safety, was about 15 yards off, but Dallas didn't get anything going there. It brings up third down. Man, you get one block. You get that receiver just to do a bubble route. You get that block on the edge, and he could be gone. Let's see if Dallas coaches see that. Now, again, you don't know if you're going to get the same look here out of Berwick or if that was a miscue. But we will send the 2 receivers to the right now, Armando and Pacheski. Peters with one-on-one coverage here over on the left-hand side. He'll be matched up with Slabinski. Peters tries to come this way, and Wider throws it. It is incomplete to Armando. Came all the way across the grain as Knorr was defending there. It'll bring up fourth down here for Dallas. So we've got 3:26 on the clock here in the first half. It is 14-0. We thank our friends at McCarthy Tire Service. 95 years. Family's been doing it and doing it well, not only here in northeastern Pennsylvania, but they are up and down the East Coast, one of the largest commercial tire dealers in North America. So this thing is sent, the punt down to the 38-yard line. Flag is down. Pacheski's got a little gimpy here. We're going to get a hold. Nope. Running into the kicker here on Berwick. So let's see what this penalty is going to bring. Looks like the offense is coming back out here for Dallas. So it's a personal foul. So Dallas is going to have a first down after this. So we thank our friend Dr. Walter Delgadio, 1988 grad. He's got his son Jake playing. Wears number 4. Luke is at Pitt. Is a preferred walk-on last year. Still fighting and grinding every day there at Pitt. I think some positive things are going to be happening going forward. Jackson Wydra comes into the lineup from Rich Manello. So Armando out of the far right, Pacheski out to the far left. Let's see what kind of coverage we get here. I backfield, Berwick looking stout up front, but we got play action. They're going go route. Armando double covered, not going to happen. So that play, don't know that works over there with the double coverage with that safety. But Dallas has to try all kind of looks, and that's one they'll try here late in this first half, leading by 2 scores against the Bulldogs of Berwick. Peters comes into the lineup. We bring out Jeske. Two receivers to the left. Now Sheptok rolls up a little bit more here in the slot. Now we get a little route, but we got a screen on the right-hand side. Parker Balesta's got the first down. Parker Balesta, dirt diving down inside the 30-yard line, and the chain gang is a-moving here for the Dallas Mountaineers. First down. So Dallas trying to milk this clock, get this ball into the end zone. 3:01 on the clock. And Wydra has his team going in the right direction right now. Halftime festivities will be homecoming. We had senior night before the game. So they'll try to get you those festivities coming up here on the John Mendola Show Network. Two receivers over to the left-hand side. Wydra's in the gun. He's got a guy right alongside him. Fakes it to Balesta, throws the bubble route to Armando. Guy right in his grill. Quick little move from Armando. How he escaped Houdini-like to the 31-yard line. He didn't get much, but he got something out of absolutely nothing. There was nothing there, and a little magic act there to get 3 yards. Second down here for Dallas. 2:31 and counting here at Mountaineer Stadium tonight on a late Friday in October. The weather's been pretty darn cooperative. I think we're going to get a little bit more of a rain pattern here in this next week, so we've been so fortunate with the way the weather has gone for high school football this season. Two receivers over to the right. It is Armando and Pacheski. Peters to the left. And then we get a timeout. Just the clock was ticking down. They took a little long. There's 2:07 on the clock. This is where you say, hey, what are we going to do now? Thank our local State Farm insurance agents for supporting us here in the John Mendola Show Network. Quick audio timeout. We'll be right back. So after the timeout, here comes Dallas. That same look. Peters all by himself. Tight end is out. Farrell going down the other side. Wider looking and needs a little release. Did he get it? Yes, he's got Armando. Armando's got the first down, and Dallas is in business. So Rocco Armando, he's just stinking slippery. He finds ways to get around people, and Rocco Armando saying, yeah, I got hit pretty good here. He's got to come over and get checked out here. Took a shot to the stomach. Well, hopefully, we'll say, get hooked up and you'll be in. So here comes Dallas. They'll bring number 34, A.J. Fife, into the lineup here. .124 on the clock. Weiser, play action. Gets it out in the flat. He's got his guy, and that's a goodie. So Fife on that catch. Goes in, just makes the play, and that's what you need. A $117 here. So it'll be second down, and we'll say that's about 3.5, maybe 4. Armando comes back in after getting the ribs hit a little bit with 20 seconds here on the play clock. 14-0 Dallas leads. 1:17 on the clock. The John Madola Show Network on YouTube, on NFHS, of course, on the Boxcast app, and so much more. Weiser looking. Armando deep slant. Pacheski follows with the slant. Pacheski still on his feet, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, D-A-L-L-A-S, Dallas, 15 yards. So the old double slant, you do the slant, you follow with the slant. Pacheski had enough momentum and strength to carry himself into the end zone and put the third touchdown on the board for the Mountaineers. Here is the extra point. It's blocked. So 20-0 is the score. Take an audio timeout. Be right back. We are back here at Mountaineer Stadium. 20-0 honey here for Dallas. We thank our friend Mark Farrell and American Capital Finance for supporting us here on the John Madola Show Network. Tropiak's kick, it's long, and it's down to about the 4-yard line, and that's where Berwick will start out over on that side. Wilk gets up across the 23, 24-yard line, maybe the 25, where Berwick will try to go to the air and see what they can do to get things working. We thank our friend Mark Farrell, 570-675-2140, NMLS number 142133. So here we go for Berwick. Two receivers over to the right-hand side. They'll look, they'll throw a deep ball in the flat. It'll be high and over the head of number 6, Rowan Slabinski. Got to like the size of Slabinski, that is 6'3", 200 pounds. Berwick brought their contingency. Not as many as you would see in years past from Berwick, but, you know, times change, things change, and, you know, life changes. So you got what you got. You got some fans supporting your student athletes, and you want to get a win, but you're on the road down 3 touchdowns. Noor, left-hand side. Noor looking, trying to cut across. He gets up to about the 29-yard line. Kleintaub in on that stop. 3rd down and 6. Here is Berwick now on the offensive end. Lunsinski throws a deep ball. Armando off his hands. Man, he's got a gun. Tried to get it to Slabinski, but unable to connect over there. So Pacheski isn't too far. Dallas thinking, okay, we're going to bring some heat here. They send it back, and they're going to let it roll. And let it roll all the way back with 11 seconds to go. So two thoughts on that is you don't want to fumble it. You don't want Pacheski to put his hands on it and something boo-boo happens when you're just going to run out the clock here at the half. So good thinking there by Rich Manell, said, hey, go all the way up, just keep going, go a little bit more. And that's what he did. So Dallas will pretty much run this thing out. And that will do it for the half. So we appreciate you joining us here in the John Mendola Show Network. Dallas leads 20-0. We'll get to our halftime festivities, which will be, homecoming. It's important, these student athletes and all the effort, and the adults have put in a lot of time tonight as well. We thank our friends at Comets Law, located on Public Square in Wilkes-Barre, 46 Public Square. Injury? Give Comets Law a call. Athletic Republic, 2 locations, Music, and in Dallas right here in the back mountain. And, of course, our friends at Arcaro and Janelle in the pizza capital of the world. Well, I'm going to take an audio timeout, but you'll hear the festivities here at halftime with homecoming. We appreciate you joining us here in the John Mendola Show Network. We'll be back.
So he's in uniform tonight, but he's getting closer. Man, my son, he's back from his knee injury. I don't expect him to get in. Maybe at the end, number 8.
Morgan Solano is the daughter of James and Angie
It's about 40-0. Maybe he'll get a player for the end of the day.
and has been the president for 3
He
years.
wants to be 100% when he goes back.
She's a 4-year member of the soccer and basketball team and a senior captain for both. Morgan has volunteered her time at the Women's Resource Center in St. Jude. She plans to attend college and
Doesn't go in, I don't care.
design. Morgan Solano is being escorted by Nick Tito.
See you guys later on.
Christine and Joan Tito. Nick graduated from the Senior Leadership Worcester
See you later.
program and is a
I'll let
two-year
you know how
member
the
of
Penguins
National
do.
Honor Society. He has played varsity basketball all 4 years of high school
I'm
and
not
has
sure
been a
Wednesday.
team
That may be
captain for
working.
3
I don't
years.
know.
Nick will also be playing varsity
I don't
baseball
work.
this
They
season.
want you to keep
Nick
doing
was a
stuff.
part of
It's
the
hard.
raised over $1,000 and donated over 300 books to the Benton High School, a school for underprivileged children.
So you
Nick
bet on
will
the hockey
attend
game so that we can make money
college
for the
where he will
family.
continue his basketball career. He will major in business or health, exercise, physiology. Lillian Lombardo is daughter of Michelle and Frank Lombardo. She played Little League Baseball for 6 years and has returned to softball for 5 years. She's a 4-year starter for the varsity softball team and was named first team all-conference for freshman year. Lillian is a proud, solid B student. Lillian's future plans are to attend the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City to study for either fashion design or fashion business. Lillian is being escorted by Austin Finarelli. Austin Finarelli is the son of Janine and Al Finarelli. He has been a member of the National Honor Society for 3 years. He is a member of Peer Helpers. He also played AAU basketball for 4 years. Austin is a 4-year varsity basketball starter and team captain for the past 2 years. He is also a starter on the Dallas golf team this year. He is a graduate of Junior Leadership Wilkes-Barre. Next year, Austin plans to play college basketball and major in business or education. Haley Rizzo is the daughter of Nick and Andrea Rizzo. She is a 3-year member of National Honor Society and a 4-year member of Student Council and Key Club. Haley currently holds the president of Student Council. She is a varsity field hockey player and a team captain. After high school, Haley plans on attending college to get her degree in speech language pathology. Haley is being escorted by EJ Matusek, who is standing in for Jackson Ledger. Jackson Ledger is the son of Stacy and Rich Ledger. He has been playing football since he was 5 and is one of the football team captains. He has also played basketball since he was 5 and lacrosse since he was 9. He has volunteered for the Dallas Rotary and Dallas Rummage Sales. Next year, Jackson hopes to attend college and major in engineering. He also hopes to get the chance to play a sport in college. Congratulations to all the members of 2021 Homecoming Corps, and thank you to the Student Council officers and advisors for all of their hard work and preparing for the event. Without further ado, it is my pleasure to announce that this year's Homecoming King and Queen are Janet Federici and Angela Guerrero.
Welcome back to Mountaineers Stadium, 20-0, the halftime score between the Berwick Bulldogs and the Dallas Mountaineers, as we thank our friends at Comets Law, located in Wilkes-Barre at 46 Public Square, our Carol Janelle, the pizza capital of the world, and Athletic Republic, locations in Dallas and in Moosic. And, of course, we thank our friends at NFHS, the National Federation of High School Sports, and excited to work with them and give you a little bit of high school football here in northeastern Pennsylvania. We'll get to some scores coming up here tonight, so check out our scoreboard. Wyoming area all over Dunmore tonight, 28-0. Southern Columbia and Selinsgrove 7-7 at the half. So that turning some heads probably. You got Valley View all over Western Wayne tonight, just loading up on them. And Hazleton leading Wyoming Valley West tonight as well. So those are some of your scores we're hitting on here in northeastern Pennsylvania. North Pocono over Scranton, 14-0 at the half. Old Forge in a romper room right now over Susquehanna, 36 zipperoni. Tomorrow afternoon on the John Mendola Show Network, you will see the Wilkes University football team. They're going to take on Lebanon Valley, and then we got field hockey at 5 o'clock. So plenty of action at your local college and high schools here on the John Mendola Show Network. You could check it out again tomorrow if you want to join us. We will be live from Schmidt Stadium with Wilkes University football as we thank our friend T.C. Riley's, located on Carverton Road in the Back Mountain. Check them out on Facebook. Man, they got some great food there. A lot of people love their pizza, but they got a little more on that menu than just the pizza. So specializing in that Sicilian pizza, the burgers, the cheesesteaks, the wings, strombolis, T.C. Riley's. Give them a call. You could order right now, 570-696-2500. We thank T.C. Riley's for their support here tonight on the John Mendola Show Network. We get ready for the second half here tonight. So Tropiak will get ready to kick it away here for Dallas as Berwick trails by 3 scores. No rain right now. We had those light showers earlier. We had fun festivities for halftime, and we're underway. Tropiak's kick is a knuckleball out of bounds, and the flag will come out. So Berwick will get decent field position, but can they sustain a drive? They move the ball up and down the field. They've run the football, and they've done it effectively, but they just can't seem to sustain anything, and maybe that'll change here with some halftime adjustments. So here comes Berwick now. Unzinski, the quarterback. He's got Knorr right alongside him. We'll give it to Knorr, left-hand side. Knorr looking to bounce. Peters comes up, a couple other guys over there, and they'll pile them up right near the 35.5-yard line. So maybe a yard or less on that. It'll be 2nd and 9. Thank our friends Brent Snowden from Snowden Funeral Home. 2 locations. They've been doing this type of work since 1908, the family. We appreciate their support, compassion, and dignity. Visit them online. It is SnowdenFuneralHome.com. From your friends here in the Back Mountain and down in the Wyoming Valley at Snowden Funeral Home. Pass over the middle. Oh, no go there. Spencer Kishbaugh over the middle. Just couldn't haul that in from Lonzinski. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 9. So Jake Delgadio getting the signals from over on the sidelines, trying to lead his Mountaineer defense here. Very good student. 3 receivers over to the right-hand side here for Dallas. Nobody on that inside receiver. They throw a little screen over on the left-hand side. Plenty of wiggle room, and they got a first down a little bit more. He's still on his feet running over people down inside the 40-yard line. That is Ben Knorr, 5'11", 190-pound senior. And that was a little okay. We got 3 receivers over on the right. We're going to throw a little diversion to the left. It worked well. So here come the Bulldogs, trailing by 20 in quarter number 3. 2 receivers to the right-hand side. Knorr, left-hand side, taken down immediately over there. That looked like Farrell. So Farrell was all over that. They can't block him over on that side. He's playing well. The Tawley underclassman. Got some good genes in that Farrell family of playing some football. Or foosball, mama. That might be later tonight. 2nd down and 12. Two receivers over on the right-hand side. They throw it over on the left-hand side, trying to get wiggle room and ripped out of bounds over there by Matt Jesse, the double first-namer. Thank our friends Tracy Zarola from Lewis and Freeman. Chart art by Liv and College Coaching. Got a party? Got a get-together with the family? Holidays will be coming up next month and the month after. Chart art by Liv is outstanding. College Coaching, of course, looking for your student-athlete to get that right fit. You know, maybe get to that D3 school or D2 school that's just the right fit. College Coaching is a phone number away from you. And then Tracy Zarola with Lewis and Freeman Real Estate. So Lonzinski throwing the bombs away. He's wide open, overthrew his guy. Oh, man, he has a cannon of an arm. I mean, he just launched that thing 60 yards like nothing. It was in the back of the end zone, but he overthrew his receiver. Man, he's got a gun. And he is a junior. So they're going to punt now. That's a shame there. Kishbaugh headed for that one, couldn't get it. Here comes the rush from Dallas. Very high. It's short and dangerous. And Pacheski makes that catch. So it'll be 1st and 10 as we thank our friends at McCarthy Tire Service. 95 years. Family owned and operated. They've been doing it here in northeastern Pennsylvania and along the East Coast. They're open tomorrow. Hey, getting close to that, you know, hey, should we change our tires? Winter's coming up. It's a good time to get into McCarthy Tire Service. Location in Wilkes-Barre and, of course, in Hazleton. And then our friends at Manuka Subaru. It's all we do, Manuka Subaru. Here's that wide slot right now. And they get something moving over here. No, they go on the right-hand side. And Parker Balesta is knotted up over there. Good job by the interior line of Berwick. Leading the charge, Liam Carroll, 5'8", 190 pounds. He's a sophomore for Berwick. So Pacheski will head on in now. We've got 9:23 on the clock and moving. It is 20-0 Dallas. We're in quarter number 3. Armando Pacheski, Wydra, slant. Armando, strike up the band. Kishbaugh rides his back down, but not before it's a first down for the Mountaineers of Dallas. So they're keeping it simple. These slant routes right now for Dallas, and Wydra just has to throw the dart, and he does. Farrell will be the tight end on the right. It'll be Peters and Armando on the left. I backfield. They just about get set, and on that right side goes Parker Balesta, and he is met by a couple of angry Bulldogs. Well, they're hitting hard up front, man. It's tough to run against Berwick. They are just physical up front. 15 seconds on the play clock, and they break the huddle. Armando to the far right, Pacheski to the far left. He's coming real wide, looking for this single coverage. Wydra now, long count. They're bringing the heat. Wydra's going to throw the screeny on the right-hand side. He's got Parker Balesta. Can he get into another gear? He does down the sideline inside the 35-yard line. Parker Balesta showing some explosion right at the right time there. That's a beautiful call there for the Mountaineers as they get into Berwick territory. Want to thank our friend Dr. Walter Delgadio. Proud dad, his son Jake, a senior. Tough injury last year, has bounced back. He's the leader on the defense here for the Mountaineers at Dallas. Mom and dad here tonight. Brothers, sisters, got a brother at Pitt. And Pacheski super wide right now. They run in left here. What do we got? Wydra, play action. Wydra looking around. He's dancing a little bit. He's going to run over to the sideline. Smartly, nothing happens, but a flag does go up in the air. So something happened here in the center of the field between Dallas and Berwick. Not sure. This appears to be a personal foul call. No. Well, Dallas is clapping, so it might be against Berwick. It is going to be against Berwick. Personal foul it was. So Peters comes in, and that ball bounces all the way down to about the 19-yard line. Two receivers over to the left. Parker Balesta, is he going to get the call here? He does, right-hand side, and he is met over there by 3 or 4 dudes from the Berwick Bulldogs. Bruce Hartman right there, 6'1", 215 pounds. He's a junior leading the charge. I got a nice junior class. Nanticoke and Honesdale tied up at 0. Hazleton 35-12 over Wyoming Valley West. We got a player down. We'll take a quick audio timeout. We'll be right back. So we're back here after the injury. Dallas on second down. Fake it. Wydra's looking. They're chasing him. Wydra gets it over to his dude, Peters. Nice catch. And Peters makes a gorgeous play of holding on to the football at the 4-yard line. And that's another Mountaineer first down. So first and goal here for Dallas at the 4. So a great job by Peters of making that catch from Wydra. And Dallas looking to put their 4th touchdown on the scoreboard. It's a shame in the sense of these Berwick Bulldogs have played physical up front. Jackson Wydra, just a little too much touch. Balesta busts through and busts down the touchdown for the Mountaineers. So gets enough blocking there up front. Credit to that offensive line. They have played physical in their own right. I thank our friends, of course, our local State Farm insurance agents, including Melissa Walter right here in the Back Mountain. Her office open tomorrow if you'd like to talk to Melissa Walter. Of course, our other State Farm insurance agents as well. We're sponsoring us here on the John Mendola Show Network. Here comes Chopiak for the extra point. And this kick is up, and it looks good. 27, Zipperoni, and cheese. 6:26 on the clock, quarter number 3. The Mountaineers all over Berwick tonight. So Chopiak will kick it away here for Dallas. This thing out of bounds, staying in bounds. You got to play it, and Berwick does right at the 5-yard line. Wilk trying to go lateral. We got a flag. And this looking like it's going to go against Berwick. Thank our friend Mark Farrell and American Capital Finance for supporting us here on the John Mendola Show Network and supporting, of course, the Dallas Mountaineers. Mark handles all type of mortgages from home purchases, refinances, bill consolidations. 570-675-2140. He is local. He'll help you from start to finish. NMLS number 142133 for Mark Farrell and American Capital Finance. So this penalty will go against Berwick. It'll be half the distance. It is an absolute gorgeous night, a perfect weather night, like right on the edge here, 49 degrees, my kind of weather. It's like living underground. You know, I like that 50-degree weather underground. I can do that all year long if I had to. You know, little quarter zip, that's all you need. All right, here comes Berwick now, backfield. And on that right side, that looks like Knorr carrying some people with him. Get some positive yardage. Kleintaub coming up on the bottom of that pile. Jesse over there as well. So one thing Rich Manello said is we got to get back in that weight room. When they played Valley West, they were able to pull it out and said, hey, we went against Cobb. He was a big, strong back, but we got to keep grinding and doing what they could do. Valley View took it to Dallas early in the season. They're rolling tonight against Western Wayne. Here comes Berwick now. Guy in motion, down 4 scores to Dallas. They'll run it on the left-hand side. Knorr gets rid of a would-be tackler. He's still going. So Esposito comes up and makes the play. He's a senior, 5'9", 145 pounds. Good enough for a Berwick first down. So Knorr gets the job done. They send over a single receiver on the right-hand side. I backfield. Couple tight ends here for the Bulldogs of Berwick. And the tailback, Knorr, takes that old little extra step. He's played tough tonight. Unfortunate situation there for Berwick. Little miscue. Thank our friends at Comets Law. Give attorney Jonathan Comets and his team a call. Injury. Give Comets Law the one to call. 829-1111. CometsLaw.com. Athletic Republic locations in Dallas and Moosic. And our Carol and Janelle, the pizza capital of the world. It is a give. Straight forward. And net right in the hole there. And then twisting and turning around. That's a nice job. That looked like it's coming out of that. That was Delgado. I believe that was like a straight up Jake Delgado meets the running back right in the hole and then wrestles him down. Two receivers over to the right-hand side, single receiver to the left. Our quarterback, Matt Lunzinski's got a cannon for an arm, but they run it on the right-hand side, and Knorr goes down after about 5. They'll pick him back up. Some of his offensive linemen, including Andrew Blockus, who's 6'1", 215 pounds. That'll bring up third down and about 3. Receivers over to the right, 2 of them, and then a single receiver to the left. They'll throw it out in the flat. They got their guys a first down a little bit more. So a good connection there. Lonzinski hooks up with Slabinski, I believe. Nope, that was Kishbaugh. So Kishbaugh goes 6'3". Slabinski goes 6'3". I just had the wrong number, so good job by Kishbaugh making that connection. So 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line, quarter 3, 3:04 on the clock. 2 receivers over to the far right-hand side. They'll give it to Knorr. Knorr's going to bounce this thing. He's going to get around the corner and get some positive yardage. Armando with a strip. Rocco Armando strips. And who comes up with it? With number 28, Mark Karkutsky. So the old Armando strip and the Karkutsky dive on, and Dallas in business there. Nice play there by Rocco Armando. That's the way you do it. You rip that ball out. So 1st and 10 here for Dallas after the turnover. Peters on the far right, Pacheski on the far left. What's Rich Manello going to do? We got to run the football C-gap. And that's what he does. But Lester's going to try to bounce it outside. They jump on his back. And great defensive job there by Berwick. That play there is just, hey, we're going to run the clock a little bit, and we're going to still try to run the football here for Dallas. But Berwick, I can't wait to hear Coach Manello talk after the game. And, again, there's still some ball game here. We don't want to say it's definitely Dallas is going to win this thing. It sure looks that way, but he's going to give credit to this Berwick team of playing physical up front. 2 receivers over to the left. Wydra gives it to Balesta. He tries to charge forward, but Berwick was on him as soon as he got it. Wilk coming up from the bottom of that pile. Also defensively there for Berwick was number 65, Bruce Hartman. So 3rd down and 8. Ormondo now back into the lineup. Thank our friends at NFHS for allowing us to give you this broadcast tonight here on the John Mendola Show Network. 2 receivers over to the left, single receiver to the right, single back in the backfield with Wydra in the gun. He's looking. He's got the slanty. He's got Pacheski. He's going to be shy of the 1st down. Right near. Oh, now the official took an extra step saying, I think it is a 1st down. I saw that little slide step out of the official. He came up, but he's like, oop, yep, no, he's got it. Yeah, that works here for Dallas. And it'll be a 1st down for the Mountaineers here with 1:13 on the clock for quarter number 3. 2 receivers over to the far right. Chopiak to the left. No, that's Peters. Wider is biffled. Oh, man, he got rocked back there. Berwick, credit to them defensively. Alex Hacker and Taji Taylor. All about it right there. So Hacker, first time we mentioned his name, again, another junior. This junior class for Berwick, they're pretty good. Right now, they're getting beat on the scoreboard. But they got some physical kids. So there was a penalty there on Dallas on that play. They're going to back up anyway. Senior night, homecoming night, little drizzle in the air earlier. It's pretty clear right now, and we're in pretty good shape here on a Friday night in the back mountain playing some high school football. We'll get you to some scores coming up here. TC Riley's, our friends on Carverton Road in the back mountain, they're open this weekend. Get some good food, some good times, good spirits. It's all good, kid. TC Riley's. Appreciate their support. Bombs away, right side. Pacheski playing it perfectly. The ball bounced down. He had his hands on the defender's back saying, I'm going to try to jump this thing. 2 defenders again, double coverage. No go, but they tried to go for the gusto. 3rd down now for Dallas. $28-0 Wyoming area leading. Valley View up over Western Wayne. $35-0 now for Wyoming area. 14 seconds on the play clock. Ain't getting this one off. They're going to wait. I think we're going to milk it. Well, they didn't milk it enough, but they got it down to like 6. And there we go. 30 seconds on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. So 3rd and 17 here for the Mountaineers on the McCarthy Tire Game of the Night on the John Mendola Show Network. We are driven by McCarthy Tire Service. Backfield. What are we going to do over here? We got 2 safeties. Wydra, they give it to Parker Balesta. Straight up the middle, breaks some tackles, and gets 10, 12 yards. That's a good call. Thinking, hey, we're going to throw it, we're going to do this, but Parker Balesta, they caught him at the right moment there. and that Berwick defense. So 4th down now here. And now you get time to think about it. Hey, it's the 4th quarter. What are we going to do? We're going towards the scoreboard. That is the end of quarter number 3. It has been the Dallas Mountaineers show, 27-0. It's time for some T.C. Riley's Carverton Road, 696-2500. That's the number to call to get that takeout. You know, if you time it just the right way, the game ends, you get your great food. Man, that pizza's good. T.C. Riley's on Carverton Road in Dallas. We'll be right back. We are back for quarter number 4. Wydra across the middle. Oh, Armando made the catch. Yes. On a 4th down play, Rocco Armando. That is how you draw that up. You throw the ball to space. Armando runs to it, leans out, makes that great hand catch. And it is a 1st down, chain gang of moving. The Dallas Mountaineers and Rocco Armando showing he's just, another year under his belt. He runs the football. He can catch the football. It would be a nice little Swiss Army knife at the next level if he wants to play some football. Have to be the right fit for a kid like Armando. He just does a little bit of everything well. He's got some speed. He's got quickness. He got banged up a little bit. He's trying to run that off right now, but he's got good hands and good football IQ, I would say, a Rocco Armando, watching him the last couple of years here for Dallas. Offensive line, not getting enough credit tonight. They're hanging here with this Berwick team. And this Berwick front, man, they do not have their hands on their hips. They're just looking and eyeing up. I mean, they're playing straight over the center. They're doing everything they possibly could to line up and play some football. And they'll run straight forward here, Dallas, and not much doing there. They move the pile just a little bit. You'll feel this one tomorrow. This is that good sore feeling. You play football, you're sore, it's a good sore. Want to thank our friends at Snowden Funeral Home, Brent Snowden and his family. Of course, they've been in business since 1908 with compassion and dignity. 2 locations, Kingston and Shavertown. SnowdenFuneralHome.com. Peters over to the right. Pacheski to the left. I backfield. Here is Wydra. He's going to throw it. Play action. Outside, left-hand side. They got Jeski. Great tackle over there on that left-hand side. But Jeski right near the sticks. So I think that's Kishba. That might have been Wilk on that stop. 4th down and short for Dallas. Appreciate you joining us here in the John Mendola Show Network tonight. 2 receivers over to the far right side, Pacheski and Peters. Everybody gets set. Wydra gives it straight forward. Ooh, is he going to get it? Very close. Officials are coming in. Right near the sticks. They're eyeballing it right now. 1st down, Dallas. So when the Dallas Mountaineers have needed a 1st down, they have been successful getting it, as that offensive line has pinned back their ears and done the job. Wyoming area still in front of Dunmore, 35-0. Mid-Valley, 14-7 over Trail. That's a big game tonight. Balesta goes forward and digs in for a few yards. He got hit as soon as he got the ball. Made a little bit of a little move there, a sway, I guess I wanted to say, and found something. Redeemer leading Holy Cross 35-16. So Dallas looking to milk here. This clock with 8 minutes and 6 seconds in the fourth quarter, leading 27-0 here in the John Mendola Show Network and NFHS. I backfield. Left-hand side. Not much there. So Jeske gets the carry. So third down now, as Rich Manello says, hey, we're going to keep running the football. We're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep bleeding this clock. We're going to get out of here with a big W tonight on homecoming and senior night. Two receivers over to the far right-hand side. Pacheski goes really, really wide here. So the spacing here you got to like. Berwick with some in-your-grill defense. Will they try to get it to the corner over here with Pacheski and Wydra? Blitz is coming. Straight forward handoff and stacked up there by the interior line. Berwick doing the job up front. Jeske again. Fourth down here for Dallas. So Rich Manello, does he want the field goal? He doesn't. He's saying we're just going to run the football again. We're down to 6:41. We're going to burn and burn and burn this clock the best we possibly can. Now I think he goes to the air. He's got Farrell on that far side. Maybe we'll get a little corner route out of Farrell on that far side. Can they get a little extra time? They got two receivers over to the right. Wydra fakes it, dishes it, and met over there in the flat immediately. Kishbaugh is there as he got it to Fife. 6:13 on the clock, so the clock bleeding goes well. We thank our friends at Chart Art by Liv, College Coaching, and Tracy Zarola from Lewitt and Freeman supporting us here on the John Mendola Show Network. Want to thank our friend Dr. Walter Delgadio. We got a timeout for Dallas. Walter Delgadio has been a big supporter here on the John Mendola Show Network. Great family, great doctor, and he's a urologist. He's got a fantastic family, and we really appreciate his support here on the John Mendola Show Network and wish all the best to all his kids in the classroom and, of course, on the fields and whatever sport or the courts, for that matter, or what they're doing. As Dallas has a big advantage tonight here late in the fourth quarter. They've bled the clock a bit, and Berwick will see what they could do. And you look over on that Berwick sideline, you just don't see a lot of guys. You don't see the numbers you used to see at Berwick. And, again, it's no knock on Berwick. It's just, cultures change. Sometimes it's tough, and Coach Curry passed, and again, in the later years, when in the 90s, things were going real well at Berwick. And as time goes on, people started catching up to what Berwick has done. But in a lot of ways, they set the tone for what you're supposed to do in high school sports. Here's Noah, right-hand side. Noah runs it, gets out. maybe over to the 14, 15-yard line. It'll be second down here for the Bulldogs. But Carmen DiFrancesco, capable guy, Orlando, of course, went to West Virginia, played with the Bengals, played in the NFL, and he's the athletic director and part of that coaching staff. They got Mike Bennett, over on that staff. Went to Syracuse, covered him back in the day, wore good old number 8. Right-hand side, running straight ahead right into the linebackers there. So a good job there by Dallas up front. Number 70 is down here for Berwick. He's getting up slow. I think he got landed on awkwardly with his leg. Let's hope he's okay. So that is Unger, Xander Unger, 6'3", 265. He's a senior. That one hurt and stung a little bit. They are checking right now on Unger, player here for Berwick. Mark Farrell, American Capital Finance, mortgages, home purchases, refinances, bill consolidations. Mark's local. He's efficient. A great guy. Give him a call, 570-675-2140. Think Mark Farrell at American Capital Finance for all your mortgage needs. NMLS number 142133. That is Mark Farrell. Always been a big supporter here on the John Mendola Show Network. We appreciate him. And Unger is up, and we'll get some applause that he's okay. That's a tough injury. It looked like they fell on his leg, and this isn't one of those plays where he's going to come back in a couple. He's probably done for the evening. But he's a big dude, and he has been a physical presence for Berwick tonight. .529 on the clock. Here is Berwick on a third down and a long one after the injury. Give it on the right-hand side. Oh, he's met right near the hole. Boy, that's going to be tight right there. Nice job by the Dallas defense there, playing physical up front. I keep seeing 58 and 59. Colby Kleintaub. Sheptock on the carry. It'll be good enough for a first down. Might have been Lucas Schultz over there, too. So 1st and 10 here for Berwick. Clock is moving. Right-hand side, little wiggle room and close to a first down over there, and then a late hit, as I think they wanted him out of bounds. I don't know if they'll get a flag on that. That was kind of a close play there. So that was Taji Taylor. Well, a good positive carry here for Berwick. Close to a first down. And it looks like the chain gang should be a moving here. It is. It's a first down. Great to hook up with our friends at NFHS Network. Of course, you could check out all the Dallas games on NFHS if you get your subscription. We're in several schools here in northeastern Pennsylvania. Basketball season will be coming up. officials talking briefly. Thank our friends at Snowden Funeral Home. Since 1908, they've been in our community with compassion and dignity. 2 locations, Kingston and Shavertown. Visit them online, snowdenfuneralhome.com. We thank Brent Snowden and his family. So receivers all over the place here. Let's go 2 to the right, and then they bring number 8, Taji Taylor, over on that left-hand side. He just carried the ball. Maybe they'll call the same play. Now they'll have Sheptock try to follow along here and stacked up right near the line of scrimmage. So Bo Sheptock on the carry. Karkutsky over there in on that stop, and Matt Esposito coming in as well. 4:11 on the clock. We're playing into the night past the 9 o'clock hour. Here in the back mountain, Dallas, Pennsylvania. The Bulldogs of Berwick came to town. They've played physical, but Dallas on the other end of the scoreboard. Out route over there, and it's